Well, hello my loves. I am back having taken a week off. I think I explained in my last vlog roughly what's been going on. My other half has had his up now and he is on the mend. So this is Monday the 30th, it must be, of January. And I've come back to work having taken the best part of a week off just to, dedicate to him. And yeah. I will pop some footage on screen of what my desk looked like this morning, and indeed still does mostly look like. I've cleared a little space that I can work in, and you'll notice that there's like a pile of jewellery on my desk. I have sorted through, I think, most of that and popped it into different pots and things ready for photographing, listing. I've got like a broken pot where I eventually kind of build up enough where I'll send like sell a broken bundle of jewellery, all of that kind of thing. And that's for my reselling business. I should say, if you are new here, hi, I'm Mel. I make money online. That's what my channel is all about. And one of my businesses is reselling secondhand jewellery. And what I've just been referring to is jewellery that is, I think all of it was for my eBay shop. I also do have a very small, hoping to make it bigger, vintage shop on Etsy. I also make money online in other different ways as well. I sell Etsy printables, a little bit of print on demand. I'm on Redbubble, Amazon KDP. There's quite a lot of variety to my income streams, but I've realised over the last nearly 5 years that that's how I like it. So you're very welcome if you're new. And I have shown up as usual, just kind of fresh out of the shower here. Never knowingly show up glamorous, do I? It's always just like, yeah, take me as you find me, and that's just the way it is here. That's just the way it is in this office. So yeah, I'm back and I feel slightly bewildered. I feel really out of it for some reason. I think just because the last couple of months have been stressful, and something that we've done already is book like a little mini break holiday for March, just to have a few days of rest and relaxation and recuperation and things like that. Just, yeah, when you've been through quite a stressful time. So I thought I would check in with how my eBay business is doing. I will hopefully speak more articulately about it at the moment. I'm just trying to work out what I'm trying to compare. So this month, so we're almost at the end of the month, but not quite. I'm going to compare that to last year, and I know it's massively down. I think last January my turnover for the whole of January was about 1,800, or it was, I think, like slightly over 1,800. And at the moment it's sitting on £1,341, which is not good. It's about 150-ish to 200 shy of where I need it to be. I'm not concerned that this is some sort of failure of the business. It really is just where I haven't been focused on it properly for the last couple of months, really. And then the last week to 10 days, it hasn't had its regular sort of like weekly update of listings and things like that. So I mean, another day's sales might bring that up to about 1,400, but I think I'm going to be down by at least 150 quid this month. But it's okay because I've got other stuff that has come in that compensates for it, which is why I like having all of these little kind of different trickles of income coming through. But yeah, that's where we are for eBay today. In fact, let me just quickly, I was about to say, I can't speak this morning. I was about to say, while I'm on the phone to you, I'm not on the phone to you. That was a ridiculous thing to even think about saying. But I'm just going to take a screenshot of what I am looking at so you can see some of my stats, because they are what they are. I do a day and a half's work a week, probably a little bit extra here and there at times, but yeah, I'm proud of what I achieve in such a short space of time. Actually, I get out of it pretty much what I put into it, I think. So I am more than happy to show my stats, good or bad. Right, so we have a screenshot that has hopefully popped onto my desktop. Yep, fantastic. Right, so sorry, I feel like I'm talking to you, I'm not paying you any attention, but that's the state of play at the moment. And I've just got water. I don't know if you can see. This is what happens when you get to almost 43 now, is I have a lovely dehydrated crease down my face. So I've got water this morning to try and rehydrate myself. It's been a bit of a slow start this morning, what with the tidying and the trying to get back into things. But we're here now, and the first thing I'm going to do is dispatch the 14 parcels that I have got to get ready to send out. What might be interesting is, let me time how long it takes. So it is exactly 10:15 at the moment, and I'm going to go and pick, pack and label these 14 parcels, and I'll let you know how long it takes me. I'm back again. I just thought I'd update you as I go. So I actually started at 16 minutes past 10 because I faffed, and I put something on for me to watch while I worked. And I have picked all 14 orders in 10 minutes because it was 10:26 when I had finished and looked at the clock. So yeah, 10 minutes to pick 14 orders. It's because it's jewellery. It just makes it so much easier. And it's because I actually have things labelled properly and they're in sensible sized boxes, so I don't have to rummage around forever trying to find something. And it's a system. I have a system that works well for myself. And the next update is everything is packaged, and I started that at 10:28 and it's now 10:42, so that's 14 minutes to package everything up. And that included I think 2 or 3 pieces that needed some extra like bubble wrap and things around them, whereas a lot of stuff that I sell is robust enough that it just goes into the padded envelope. But if I've got anything that's particularly delicate, then I do put some extra around it. So that's all done. Labels are all purchased and they have been printed out. So my next stage then is to get the labels on. And we are done. Everything is packaged and labelled and ready to post, and that bit took me 9 minutes. So I will add up. I haven't got it written down properly, but I mean, basically I started at about, what was it, about 15:15, and it's almost 11 o'clock. So it's been 3/4 of an hour for 14 sales. And in between that, I've obviously been doing little bits of filming and things. So that's not bad. And it's one of the things that has completely transformed my attitude towards my eBay business. I used to really hate doing it. Whereas now I wouldn't say I love it, but I'm happy and content with this little part-time eBay shop. It's gorgeous and sunny outside, which hopefully you can see kind of coming through the window there. So I am going to take myself out, hopefully looking a little bit more presentable. Now I'm going to take myself out for a lovely walk and get some exercise and some fresh air, and then I'm going to come back and do any little bits of admin that I need to do and get some photography done and some listing done. So I realised that I'm not actually really showing you very much today. I'm not really taking you anywhere, and that's just because today happens to be a very much home-based day. I have been for that walk that I talked about. It was a just under 2.5 mile walk, and it's something that I'm really trying to prioritize because I used to walk loads. Then I had a problem with my foot that caused some mobility problems, which then led to me not really walking at all, and it was around the time of the lockdowns and everything, and I just really got out of a lifelong habit and want to get back into it again now that some of those problems have been dealt with. So prioritizing a walk every day took about a 45-minute, no, it was a bit longer than that actually. It's a 45-minute walk, and I'd say it took us about an hour and 10 today, simply because, you know, my other half can't walk that fast yet, having sort of, you know, come out from having an operation about 6 to 7 days ago. So that wasn't really an option, the go fast option. But yeah, we did it, and lots of fresh air, bit of exercise, and I feel really good having done that. I've also had some lunch as well, and my next task of the day is to do some eBay photography and some listings. Now, because it's very much a kind of like a home-based day and there's not a huge amount going on that's different for me to show you, I will pop on again towards the end of the day and just update you with what I've managed to get done. and then perhaps tomorrow I will be able to show you something a little bit different. Hello again, it is a Tuesday morning now, and I forgot to come on and update you yesterday with my eBay listings, so I'm going to do a pretty inaccurate job of doing that now. I think I listed about 30 items. I got up to 495 listings, and my listings goal for the shop overall is 500, so I'm very close to doing that. And I think on Thursday morning, when I have my next sort of reselling chunk of time, I will probably just photograph and put 5 things on, just to, well, it might be more than 5 things by the time we get to Thursday, although eBay's being a bit slow, so it might not, but just to try and hit that goal on Thursday morning, that would be fantastic. I really wanted to do it by the end of January, but I think we're just going to go a few days into February instead. So yeah, that was that. It was a fairly productive day. I was kind of pleased with myself. If I'd pushed myself, I probably could have done a little bit more, but I'm not in the frame of mind to push myself this week. Now, today is Tuesday, so I want to get into a bit more of a routine, and I work best with chunking tasks. I think that it is technically more efficient. And also I'm someone who gets distracted incredibly easily. So if I try to sort of do a job or a thing, a piece of work or what have you, from start all the way to finish, my brain wanders off. I mean, I physically wander off when I'm excuse me, I wander off when I'm doing stuff. I do that when I'm cooking. I actually burnt my toast. No, was it toast? Yeah, I was going to make cheese on toast using the grill, and I wandered off, and then there was smoke billowing out of the kitchen, and I don't know how I didn't set fire to my own kitchen. It's that bad. It's that bad. The kind of inability to focus on a job from start to finish. So batch tasking is the way forward for me, and sort of time blocking. So I'm kind of looking at my Tuesdays, and I'm thinking that I'd like to focus on YouTube on Tuesdays, because it's something that's so different. Where I've been sat in front of a computer for a lot of Monday, or kind of on my phone finishing off listings and things like that, to then be sort of generating ideas about videos, sitting and recording them, talking to you all, which feels sociable even though you're not in the room with me. It still feels like company and feels like I'm, you know, it's like communication, isn't it, and a feeling of community and talking to people and stuff. And so I figure that's very different from what I do on Monday, so that might be quite a nice break, something different to work on. So my tasks for today, the first one is to just tidy myself up a bit because the videos that I'm planning on making today are more the sit down, talk to camera. It's not kind of vlogging, but they're perhaps slightly more formal. So I tend to just put a little bit of makeup on and try and look reasonably presentable. Unlike in the vlogs where I don't really care, I don't really bother so much, and I don't know why I have that distinction for them. I think it's maybe that I just see the vlogging as a much more like a casual affair. It's just like I think as well, like, I'm not a very good vlogger. Like, I don't do it properly, and I don't have lots of b-roll and things like that, and maybe I will one day, but at the moment they are the like least edited, most kind of flung together videos. So yeah, I'm not concerned about formality or anything in these, but with something that's a little bit more planned out or maybe a little bit more structured, I just feel that if I put some makeup on, brush my hair, you know, just kind of make myself look a little bit tidier and a little bit more presentable, it kind of adds a little bit more formality to those videos. I don't know, I'm probably just, you know, mad for thinking that, but I do. So yeah, so to kind of tidy myself up, put a bit of makeup on. That's not really a job as such, but I have given myself like 3 tasks for the day, and some ideas for things if I have time for them later. So the first one is I want to sit down and start generating a load of video ideas for this channel. I'm kind of at an experimental phase with it. I'm not really sort of coming down on one particular topic yet. I'm just thinking about, what am I doing at the moment? What can I share? What might people be interested in? Let's make a video about it. And also with one eye on like tracking my progress with the things that I'm doing as well. Because that's helpful for me. So that's kind of where we're at, and I've started doing that already this morning. I've got a few ideas. I thought, let me tell you what I've got so far. So I've got how much money do I actually need to make, because it's something that I talk about a bit in videos, but I've never sat down and actually properly broken it down for people. And I actually need to make X amount online every month in order to pay for these things here, and to be able to do this and to live this particular type of life, what have you. And then I thought maybe share some financial goals for Q1. And then I need to sort of wrap up my KDP income reports for last year. So I thought KDP income report for 2022, first full year of KDP, something like that. That's where I've got to already. And I kind of want to finish that list, and I want to get 10 to 20 video ideas down so I don't have to think about it that much sort of every week. I can just look at my list and think, right, what am I like ready to make, what am I in the mood to make, and then just get them recorded. So that's job number one. Job number two is then, start recording. That would make sense. So I've got the video ideas, pick the ones that make the most sense to do sort of at this beginning part of the year, and get them prepped and get them recorded. So prepping for videos, sometimes it involves making a few graphics. Sometimes I just kind of almost like sketch out like 5 or 6 points that I want to make in a video, something like that, and then sit down and talk to camera and get them recorded. So that's 2. And then now number 3, depending on how well the recordings have gone, I either want to get one of the videos edited, or I want to batch make a load of thumbnails, and that's going to sort of depend on where I get to recording wise. So I've got a couple of choices. I have a choice when I get to task number 3 for the day. I'm really desperately itching to get on with KDP, but I'm sort of going to do that, I think, maybe this afternoon if there's a bit of time, but I'm probably going to give myself all day tomorrow on Wednesday to work on Amazon KDP, just because like my sales have picked up ever so slightly. There's a few books that are starting to snowball just on a small scale, nothing, you know, not hundreds and thousands of dollars or anything like that, but just getting regular sales. And it's kind of, yeah, it's almost like my monthly income, I think, has just gone up a tiny little notch. And it's just been that little nudge to remind me that this is an income stream that's making money. I'm getting really close to that £100 a month that I want. And it just needs a bit more input and a bit more something from me to get it to that point that I want to get it to. So that's what tomorrow is going to be about. So I'm going to generate those video ideas. I'm probably going to, I think, watch some stuff on YouTube. Sometimes what I do is on a Monday is my reselling day. I'll watch some reselling videos on YouTube. So I watched my friend Shelley do her like live thingy chat. What is that what they're called? Live chats? Live videos on a Monday, usually when I'm like picking and packing and stuff like that. So I watch that, kind of kickstarts my day. See, you kickstart my day, Shelley, if you're watching this. Kickstart my Monday, kickstart my week actually. So I'm kind of watching that, and then I'm looking over here at my screen, just looking at what's kind of cropping up. And then I don't watch that many reselling channels, but I really like Crazy Lamp Lady, and she uploads on a daily basis, I think, and has done for ages. And so what happens is because I don't really watch reselling stuff like throughout the rest of the week, I have like a little backlog of her videos, and I just kind of sit and go through those, and that just, it puts me in the right mood for what I'm doing. So for today, I'm probably going to watch some YouTube tutorial videos and just stuff that's connected to having a YouTube channel, again, to get me in the right mood for what I'm doing. So yeah, anyway, this is just like 9 minutes of chit chat this morning. It's just, you know, I'm obviously feeling a bit livelier. I did get more sleep last night, so so yeah, right, I'm gonna go and put some makeup on. I'm gonna go and make my list, and yeah, I'll show you what I've come up with at the end. And we're back. I have, oh, you're a bit crooked. Oh, that means I've just filmed a video and the camera's crooked. Anyway, I'm back. A little bit tidier. And not a huge amount of makeup. I'm not a big makeup wearer, but I've just put a little bit on just to slightly even out my skin tone, because I have quite sensitive skin and it gets really blotchy, and I have quite sort of like high colour. So knocked all of that back, very light bit of makeup, and tried to tidy my hair up a bit, like I said, just to try and make myself presentable for the slightly more formal videos. And I made my list, which I think I have kind of recorded me making, and I've just recorded a video. I've just highlighted it here. It's the financial goals for Q1. It was kind of quite a short video, and I thought that's great, that'll get me off to a flying start hopefully. So that's all done, dusted and recorded, and that can be the one that in the afternoon I edit, because it's not going to take very long. I was really I didn't stumble over what I was saying. Normally I get really long-winded and I start going into things in too much detail, and it becomes very wordy, and then I start like tripping over things. I mean, you wouldn't believe that I used to be a teacher and I was talking fluently to, you know, 30 kids every hour of every day, but you lose the habit. And also I'm explaining something different from what I was teaching the kids. I was a history teacher. For the most part, I taught a little bit of some other subjects as well, but mainly it was history. And you know your stuff, and you know how to explain things, and you've been doing it for years, so you've got like really good examples that help to explain things. And then I'm like, oh, I'm talking about a Lisa account, and I can't remember off the top of my head all the details about it, so I can only say roughly what it is. And then I'm thinking, if there are people in the US that are watching, it's not even relevant to them because they don't have this account. But I managed to be, for me, relatively concise. I was quite pleased, and I feel really good. I feel really good having kind of been on here and, you know, talking to you all again. I feel really good that I've got a video under my belt, and it's approaching 11 o'clock. So 11 o'clock, we're going for another walk again today, somewhere slightly nicer. I'm going to take my phone with me, and I might be able to show you a little bit of trees and fields, some trees and fields. So I'm going to go and do that, and then when I get back I'm probably going to do another hour's work, and then I will stop for lunch at about 1 o'clock. I think that's the plan. So let's get going. We are back again and ready to get back on with some work. So I slightly rearranged things, went for the hour-long walk. Well, it was slightly over an hour, but it was really great. But I was starving hungry when I came back in. I was so hungry. So I ended up having my lunch straight away, which was, it was just kind of like an odds and ends lunch, where I had a leftover fajita wrap from last night's dinner. I had a little bowl of salad that was left over from something else that I had yesterday, and then I had a slice of my mother-in-law's homemade apple cake, all of which was delicious. Nice big cup of tea, and I'm feeling good and refreshed and ready to get back on with things. So I need to have a little think about what I'm going to do next. So where we left things was I had recorded a short video. I'd recorded the financial goals for Q1 video, and I think what I might do next is record the how much money do I don't, this is probably coming out backwards, isn't it? I'm so sorry. How much money do I actually need to make online? Because I think that helps to understand the financial goals a lot more, and kind of when I'm talking about money, because I have very low expenses. So when I say things like, you know, I'm making enough money online to cover my bills, it's very different from the bills that, I don't know, someone with a family of 3 children and a bigger house than me and running several cars and all of these things that I don't have. My situation is very different, and I don't actually have to earn like a huge amount of money to, oh wow, that winter done, look at that. Look at that. I have actually bought a pair of curtains for this room, and I'm also going to get some net curtains. I mean, part of this is a whole other, this is an aside thing, is I really want to sort this room out so that it feels much more like an office rather than a junk room, which it kind of is. It's a junk room with a desk in it at the moment. And so one of the things that I did was I thought, oh, I can actually put some curtains up at the window so it looks like a proper room. It looks kind of finished off. And I think the other thing I'll do is I will get some net curtains up there just to sort of like soften the light that comes through, make it more, I don't know, muted? No, I think soft is a good enough word, just to soften the light as it comes through, because otherwise it can be really, really harsh. This room gets the light in the afternoon. So yeah, so that's an aside thing. What was I saying? I can't remember. Yeah, just basically I think making a video about that will be quite good. So what I will probably do is I need to just jot down a few notes and things about how much I actually do need to make, kind of work out my monthly budget and just create a graphic or something to kind of to go with that. And then what I would really, really like to do, and I don't know if I'll have time today, hopefully I will, is I want to get the KDP income report for 2022 finished, my first full year of KDP income report. And oh look, my bright light's back. And get that sorted. But I want to put information in it that I think people will find interesting. So not just the amount of money, but things like the number of books I've got, what type of books they are, what percentage of my books are notebooks, and what percentage of them are scrapbook paper books, and all of that kind of thing. And that's going to take a bit of preparation. I could at least get the prep done today, I think. And yeah, I think that's where we're going next, guys. That's where we're going next. So this is what I have been doing. I've been on Canva and I made a few slides. You can see those on the bottom. That just, and this money video will go out before this one, so I'm not giving anything away. I just used their present and record function, which I very occasionally do, and yeah, I put a few slides together just so that I could remember the numbers, and I've just recorded it. So I'm now going to, where are we, download it, and I should then be able to do any editing and bits and pieces that I need to do to it. There are a few points where, oh my god, I rambled so much at the end for a start. I might even have to edit out the whole of the end section where I was waffling about not understanding how people spend so much money on stuff that I don't, which I don't know. I might have been a bit, I don't know, I always worry that it's like a really rude thing to say about people, but because obviously some people love spending loads of money on certain things. But anyway, I might have to trim that slightly. And there were a few little bits where I had to go back because I was stumbling over what I was saying, and it just happens sometimes. There's no, you know, you don't have to get it right the first time. That's what editing is for. So that's another video done. And then the next one, the next video is going to be, oh, I can't get away from that bright light. It doesn't matter what I do, it's still there. But yeah, the next video is, I really want to at least get the prep done for the KDP video, because I desperately need to put another KDP video out, because I haven't put one out for such a long time, and they tend to do quite well. They tend to do pretty well, and I could do with the views, quite frankly. And also want to almost like finish off the story of my KDP earnings for last year, so there's a sense of completion about it. So I'm gonna sit and plan that out next, and I don't know that I'll get it recorded today, but at least get that planned, and then I'll be ready to move on to editing these 2 little money videos. Right, so I've started my planning for that particular video, and I've kind of broken it down just into the little segments. I want just intro and outro, obviously, which is just a very chatty kind of hello and goodbye, and I want the first couple of bits of information, couple of graphics, to talk about the number of books that I've got, the different types of book, and then I think I've done this once before and then I kind of stopped doing it, but a pie chart showing the percentage of the different types of books. So kind of like what percentage of my books are scrapbook paper, what percentage are colouring books and things like that, just to give people a kind of a clearer picture of this income stream and how things like that are sort of like change over time. And then I thought just a very quick recap on like the first 9 months of earnings, because I've already done videos on that and I want to mention it, but I don't want to go into detail. So you can see I'm just starting to kind of put that together there, and then do Q4 kind of properly with all the screenshots and things showing the amount in pounds and in dollars, and then pop an annual total on there, compare it with 2021. I mean, I was only really doing it for about 3 months for 2021, but I can compare the 2 quarter fours, and then just a little quick evaluation of how I feel about things to do with KDP. I don't want to get into my goals and things for 2023 because I'm going to do that as a separate video, and then yeah, the outro. So I'm just going to run through this and make sure I've got any graphics and information that I need for all of those different sections. Okay, so I've been doing prep for this KDP video and I'm finally at the end. This is my last slide, and it's been a bit of an effort, and I think next year I will this year, sorry, I will streamline how I make these report videos. But I kind of wanted to finish off the way that I started and include quite a lot of detail, and then I can just simplify them moving forward. Now what I need to do next is get that recorded, because I actually want this one to be the first one that goes out, then the 2 money ones, and then probably this vlog will be next, because I'm going to try and vlog a little bit every day this week. It's about 4:15 and I normally down tools and stop working at about 5 o'clock and go and sort of start prepping dinner and things. I don't normally do all of the cooking, but when my other half hasn't been well, I have done almost all of it, I would say, and I'm cooking tonight. Basically, I'm going to make a vegetable risotto tonight, so I would normally go downstairs and kind of tidy up the kitchen a bit and get that meal prepared from about 5 o'clock. So I've got 45 minutes, which I think is going to be enough time to have this mug of mint tea, and I've got a biscuit. I have a very plain rich tea biscuit. I am pretty pleased with what I've managed to get done. Like I said, that last video, the stuff that I put in it is probably a bit too detailed, really. But yeah, finish the year off, or finish the 2022 income reports. That's the word I got. I'm so tired now, I can't even speak. But yeah, kind of get them finished off in the same format that I've used for the whole of last year, and then I'll come up with something a lot simpler for this year. I might just do what other people do, which is just almost like do a screen recording straight off the KDP reports dashboard itself. I might just do that next year. But I quite like giving the extra details about like types of book and things like that. I don't know. I think I can do that because I've seen someone else do this, kind of do that type of thing and then just put like a blur over the bits that I don't want people to see. So I might do that. If you don't do KDP, you've got absolutely no idea what I'm talking about at the moment, so I do apologise. But yes, so I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'm going to record this video, and then that's me over and out for Tuesday. Good morning, my lovely Sparrows and gang. I'm just trying to straighten you up. So I'm sort of full of beans today. I woke up too early, and I've got dark circles under my eyes and I look a bit of a wreck. But I have perked up a bit, and I made myself a toasted cheese sandwich for my breakfast. This morning, what have I done? I've just sent my offers on my eBay shop. It took about 5 minutes. I've taken, believe it or not, I just like this. I took a load of thumbnails for the videos that I recorded yesterday. On that matter, I did a very quick edit of the shortest of the 3 videos that I recorded yesterday. I think it's pretty much done. I'm probably going to put a graphic in with some bits on it, which I will do this morning, and then I've got 2 other videos to edit. So as excited as I was about doing KDP all day today, I'm actually going to shift it into the afternoon because I want to get these 3 videos edited, the thumbnails sorted, the back end done, everything uploaded and scheduled. And what I realised was 3 videos is too much for one day for me at the moment. But I figure if every Tuesday, not necessarily every Tuesday, but like one day a week, probably a Tuesday, if I record 2 videos in the morning, bearing in mind I won't have all of the like making a list of potential video, I'm not going to have that every week like I did yesterday. Record a couple of videos in the morning, edit them, sort out the thumbnails, upload them in the afternoon. Then what I'm probably going to do is schedule 1 video per week ish. I mean, these 3 I'm going to put out in fairly quick succession because I just want to get monetized this month. But kind of after that, I'm probably going to just put out 1 video a week, maybe with the odd sort of bonus one thrown in here and there. And that should mean that I build up a little bit of a backlog of videos so that I can take some time off, or if anything crops up in life which means I haven't got enough time to record a video, then I've got some in the bank ready to put out so that I can start to get a little bit more consistent with my uploads. That's the plan anyway. So yeah, so I'm going to get on with some video editing. I will show you a little bit of what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and yeah, I've got my morning cup of tea, so all is well with the world. Oh, I'll tell you the other thing that I thought as well while I'm here with you talking a lot. I sat down with my cup of tea. This is my second cup of tea actually, to be fair, and I just thought it hasn't lost its sheen. The fact that this is now my working life, that I can sit and have this cup of tea in the morning, I can start my day at 9 o'clock, I can, you know, I have a relaxed morning. This morning I watched a couple of YouTube videos, other mornings I might read a chapter or 2 of my book, and it hasn't lost its sparkle. The fact that I don't have to get up at 5:30, I don't have to commute for like an hour and a half to get to work. The fact that my mornings are like this now, and have been like this now for, I think coming up to 5 years this Easter, it's just great. And that's not a criticism of my life or my work before. I loved it. Being a teacher was brilliant, and it was the best thing for me to do at that time of my life. And then suddenly it wasn't. And that's okay, and this is great too. Like, this is great. Yeah, gonna enjoy my cup of tea and get on with that editing. Okay, so this is what we've got. I think I've probably shown it in videos before. So I use something called LumaFusion, which is probably like the best video editor for phones and iPads. And it's a one-off payment as well. Now, when I bought it, it was quite a number of years ago, and I think it cost me about £10. I think that's gone up. I haven't checked. It might be more like £15 to £20, but honestly,
It's fantastic. You don't have that kind of recurring payment or anything like that. You pay for it, you've got it, and they update it all the time, and the updates just get better and better, slightly like more complicated. Like there's so much of this that I don't even know how to use, but yeah, so I started editing. You can see where I've got to. Started editing the how much money do I actually need to earn, or I might change that to make online video, and I finished the, where is it, financial goals for Q1. That one I pretty much finished, and then I'm just going to add in a third project, which will be what is it, it's going to be like my KDP, or I can't see what I'm doing. What am I doing? Then I'll have all 3 projects on the go. I can kind of go through them, edit them, double check them, add in any graphics that I need, and then you kind of hit that, and then you can, yeah, make a film, make a movie, make a video out of them. And then once all those 3 are done and edited, I can then work on the thumbnails. So here we are, about an hour later. You can see all of my little edits in there. I was umming and ahhing a lot in this video, and I think the problem is that it's really difficult talking about money online because people will come and attack you. And I've spoken about this before, about trying to kind of create some sort of safe space for me to be able to talk about these things and actually know that I'm amongst friends who aren't going to just kind of slam me for every financial decision I've ever made or for everything that I say about money. And it's a shame, because I think the more that we all talk about it, the better we'll all get at sort of understanding the role that it has in our lives and what we want from it, and how to, you know, kind of get the amount that we need in order to live the lives that we want to live. Which, yeah, it's not meant to sound sort of like profound. I mean, I don't think it did sound profound, but it is just such an important thing for us to do.
It's editing Mel here. I seem to have abruptly stopped filming. This is now a few days after that last section that you've just watched. So I thought I ought to come on and say goodbye properly and thank you so much for watching my vlog. I think the reason why I stopped filming is I got an email through. This will be something I discuss in the next vlog, I think. I got an email through from eBay where they were announcing some updates, which is basically an increase in the shop subscription fee and also an increase in the percentage of fees that you pay in the category that I sell in, which is jewellery. And I took some time to sort of process that and was trying to decide whether I needed to adjust my reselling stream of income, whether I wanted to carry on with the same goals for it, or whether I wanted to shift things in a certain way. And yeah, I think after I did that, I then completely forgot to come back again. Now, to be fair, there's enough footage, isn't there? There was enough footage from 2.5 days to form a decent length vlog. So we'll leave it at that for now. And I will probably pick up the camera again next week to record my feelings about the eBay changes, and yeah, lots of other things that are happening as well. So thanks for spending this time with me, and I'll see you again soon.